Hey guys, so today I want to make a video for those of you who are brand new to making some healthy changes, or those of you who might say you have really picky children or picky family members that you're trying to feed healthier. So in our house, we just have the rule that we try to buy high quality foods. So sometimes that means we do buy processed foods, but we always try to buy the best brand with the best ingredients. So I'm going to give you some options of things that we have in our cupboard that we use in replacement of things you might be buying at the grocery store on a weekly basis. So starting out, we'll talk seasonings. Everybody has salt in their house. Well, there's a lot of difference in qualities of salt. So we buy Himalayan pink salt. And the reason that Himalayan salt is so much better is that it actually contains over 80 minerals. So there's a lot more minerals in this kind of salt rather than just iodized table salt. It's actually stripped of the minerals and then they just put iodine back in. So Himalayan salt is a great option. You can get it at Costco. You can pretty much get it anywhere these days. Another thing is this Tony's. We buy this Tony's Creole seasoning because it has no MSG. If you look in the seasonings in your cupboard, you want to try to get rid of things that have MSG, which is also monosodium glutamate or anything that ends with the word glutamate. So trying to get some cleaner seasonings. MSG is actually a neurodisruptor, so it disrupts your brain and it's really hard for your body to process. The other thing is salad dressings. So a lot of salad dressings have high fructose corn syrup and really bad oils. So we always just try to buy organic salad dressing. For myself, I like to make my salad dressing at home, but if that's not you, this is an easy option. My husband likes Caesar, so we have this organic Caesar. If you're buying organic, you can pretty much guarantee that whatever's in the food is going to be real food because you can't have an organic chemical, right? So organic Caesar. Also syrup. Maybe your family loves pancakes. Well, just regular store-bought syrup is pretty much just all high fructose corn syrup. Again, something you really want to avoid. So we buy organic pure maple syrup. Another thing where there's usually hidden ingredients you don't want are pasta sauces and ketchups. Tomato products also are always loaded with, again, high fructose corn syrup. So these are organic pasta sauce, organic tomato ketchup. Doesn't really taste a whole lot different, but the ingredients are all real food and a lot higher quality. If you buy the store brand, like if you go to Whole Foods or you go to Trader Joe's, they all have organic ketchups and they're usually a pretty good price. So that's that. Another thing is butter. So a lot of people think they can't have any butter if they're going to eat healthy. It's not really true. As long as you're getting organic grass-fed butter, there's actually good quality things that your body needs in that kind of butter. Now, if it's just regular butter, not grass-fed, not organic, then yeah, it's not so great. But you don't have to cut out butter. Just get a better quality. So that's there. Another thing, we actually have some toaster waffles. So these are non-GMO and they have all natural ingredients, things you can pronounce, no artificial preservatives and no high fructose corn syrup again. So this is a Kashi brand, but there's a lot of other brands you can get that are pretty good too. Another seasoning is Worcester sauce. So this brand, I don't really know how to pronounce it, but it's the common brand everybody buys. If you look at the ingredients on this brand, there are actually different bottles, and some have sugar and some have high fructose corn syrup. So sugar is always better than high fructose corn syrup. So you want to check the ingredient labels for that. Another thing we have here is some cinnamon swirl bread. So obviously this is not what I would call a health food, but if you and your family like having cinnamon rolls or some kind of cinnamon sugar bread, or you're buying it in those cans that pop apart, like Pillsbury, things like that, there's all kinds of stuff in there that not so great. So this is an option for you that has more all natural ingredients. It still has sugar, still has butter, still has, white bread, but it's just a better option if you want something sweet, something like a cinnamon roll. So for my husband, we put cinnamon sugar and butter on this and we love it. So that's from Trader Joe's. Also, all Trader Joe brand things are non-GMO, so that's important too. Instant mashed potatoes. Now, ultimately, I think making your homemade mashed potatoes is going to be your best bet. But if you need something like this and you're used to buying instant potatoes, this is the Whole Foods 365 brand, and the ingredients are dehydrated potatoes. So you can season them as you'd like, and you're going to end up with a lot higher quality than if you buy a seasoned box mashed potato. They're usually going to have MSG or some fake ingredients. So there's that. Last few things here, I've got some organic croutons and organic shells and cheese. If you're used to buying the Kraft shells and cheese or Kraft macaroni and cheese, there's some interesting ingredients in there. So this is just a better option. This is Annie's. Annie's has some pretty good quality and good tasting substitutes for things that maybe your family's already eating. So these croutons, organic, again, they're the Whole Foods 365 brand, pretty cheap. I think it was like $2 for the bag. But you can pronounce all of the ingredients. They're all real foods, no preservatives, nothing artificial. And then last, we've got a box of Honey Nut O's from Trader Joe's. These Honey Nut O's, they still have sugar and they still have flour, gluten, you know, things people avoid sometimes, but these are much better quality than a Honey Nut O that has, again, high fructose corn syrup. So if you start to notice a theme, a lot of the products you buy at your traditional grocery store have MSG, high fructose corn syrup, preservatives and artificial flavors and colorings, and those are really things that you can get rid of, and it's not going to change the taste of the food, it's just going to improve the quality. So it might be a little bit more expensive, but ultimately your family's going to be a lot better off choosing some different brands that have higher quality ingredients. So that's my encouragement to you this week. You don't have to feel like you have to, you know, empty your entire cupboard if you're brand new to making changes in your health, but just start looking at ingredients, start choosing better brands, and